Live on. Okay, we're going to be live on Instagram. Face YouTube. Hi, everybody. We can go ahead and start, Miss Hey, guys. Hi, everybody. Hello. Sure hope these mics are right because I didn't even do a mic check. You don't love that today.
Come into the J Spot. We're placing the J Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Real relationship talk.
Excuse me?
Real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host, Jaye and Simpli E, hold on. Get ready to enter the J Spot. The J Spot on Intellectual Radio.
Good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo!
Girl.
You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, Simpli E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten.
Yes, I am. I handle that. I did. Yes. Yeah.
First of all, you don't have to say it like
I
that.
did
Okay?
that, boy, girl. I tell you, I did. I did the damn thing. You boy, the porn industry would have been proud of me. The things that I have done last week with my husband was a wonderful. Boy, I tell you. You would clutch your pearls.
I'm clutching them down.
I tell you, I think I know that the things that we did had to be illegal in about all 50 states, maybe.
Well, it don't matter. It's husband and wife.
It was.
So it's
It
like,
was.
you
It was
know,
a great,
listen.
I tell you.
But guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for joining us and tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. You all please do me a favor. Go to our page and like again. Also, while you're at it, go right on around the corner and like our YouTube channel. Subscribe, you all. We have some exciting things that we are striving to take place, but we need your help on YouTube. Help us get to our 1,000 subscribers so that we can have more of a reach, so that we can do what we want to do on that platform. So the YouTube channel is the J Spot Radio. And again, Jay is spelled Jaye. Guys, tonight we're being brought to you by, and I have some really exciting news. We are being brought to you by, listen, y'all know I was always talking about our sponsor to level up the Airbnb. Yeah. Well, guess what? The J Spot has acquired that Airbnb. So it is now the J Spot Airbnb. So please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page, the J Spot Radio Airbnb. We'll still have the link posted in our comments, but now y'all gotta book, y'all gotta check it out, and y'all gotta share it. Tonight we're being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. Got it. So you guys, again, we love it. 2-bedroom, luxurious condo, ranch next door to the United Center. Guys, it is on and popping and cracking. Listen, go in, check it out. Book today. You know, the weekends are basically, full until like the middle, almost the end of July. But, there's still some, some dates, some good dates up in there. So go in and check it out. Again, the J Spot Airbnb. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. You guys, he has his t-shirts out, spring lines out. Listen, we about to start popping these shirts off, these little t-shirts off, ripping them up. When we get some good weather, listen. You all know, look.
The weather is nice. It's 80 7 degrees.
I had my long draws on last night because this weather is bipolar.
It was nice last
It
night.
I had my long draws on. I was sitting up here regretting the fact that they done put the doggone air conditioners on. I was just having problems. So when we get some consistent hot weather, then you're gonna see me with my t-shirt ripped all off, and it's just gonna be real cute. But y'all don't have to do that. Y'all can just go ahead on to Delaware Inc. and place your order today. And y'all wear y'all's in a sophisticated manner. I'm gonna wear mine in a manner as for the streets. That's how I'm gonna wear my shirt. That's Delaware Inc. And guys, use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Speaking of E, would you like to share with everyone why you're glowing and why you're so happy?
I got married this weekend.
Ow! Ow! Congratulations!
Thank you. Spear fingers. I had a great time. I was out in Denver, got married, and I had enjoyed myself. I tell you, the things that I did with that penis was wonderful. It's what people will write poems about. What mothers will hold on to their husbands and say, baby, I want to do that to you.
I want to do it to you like just like that. I want to juice you just like that. I want to juice you like you my husband. And you did just that.
And I put the porn industry to shame. I really did.
For you all, just put your fingers in your baby's ears. If my baby son is listening, she's sorry, son. And Miss Edra don't mean it.
You and I'm just letting you know. I told my friends don't drink after me anymore because I'm married. I sure did. Baby, will suck the skin off of it. I sure. And then it was longer than 2 minutes because I'm a 2 minute. 2 minutes. That's all I could give.
Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to the mister.
Thank you.
And I am hoping, and sending out well wishes and good vibes and positive energy and all that other good stuff to you and yours. Guys, listen, we have a great show lined up. We missed you all last week. She was getting married and I was in class. So, hey, it's for the betterment of society. We both came back better. She came back married. I came back
knowledgeable.
Just me.
No, more knowledgeable.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
more knowledgeable.
I'm always chasing a bag or two. So understand, when you don't see me, I'm just chasing. I'm somewhere trying to get another bag in. Like I came back with the J-Spot Airbnb. Listen, this is how we rolling all year long from here on out. Listen, my song ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Boom, boom, boom. And listen, ain't no stopping when it comes to these hot topics. Now listen, you all. It is prom season, graduation season. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Yay.
Guys, we are so proud of you all. You guys have had what a whirlwind, emotional roller coaster, so many ups and downs, not only because of just the normal things that you experience as being a student, but then you had to add all this stuff in with COVID. But guess what? You all still made it. So you deserve a salute to you all. Yes. Listen, much respect, best wishes, prayers on your future endeavors, because that 2020, the class of 2022,
they got robbed. Woo! So y'all were so lucky. 2020 got robbed. I had a friend. Matter of fact, her birthday was yesterday. Isha Muhammad, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Isha.
She has Aisha, and she has her son is graduating, but she had babies graduating in 2020. She had people going to prom. One of her sons was going to prom too. So he didn't do prom. He missed graduation. Her daughter was graduating from college. So it was like, dang, everybody was graduating and then you couldn't even do a graduation because of COVID and stuff. So now the 2022 crew, y'all got everything. It's like we back to normal, though, it's some, cases that are rising or whatever, but it's like we all got the antidote in a sense to it, but still, you all still didn't get affected by any of that when it came to your graduating. And then Ivy's baby's graduating this week.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, it was just a lot, I'm just thankful, because again, when my son, he graduated in December, so, it was still, everything wasn't quite open, but again, I'm just like, the fact that you got a chance to walk across the stage, what you worked so hard for. Again, salute to you guys. Congratulations, class of 22. My Jada, she's coming out in Wisconsin, so she's on her way to college. So she went to prom last weekend, and I'm just like, man, I said, Lord, I said, if I had a shape like she had, see, I was shaped like a 12-year-old boy at her age coming out. Oh yeah, she just, my
brick house.
Man, her daddy stay ready. Listen, my brother, he like, yeah, come with it if you want to. I got enough to spell your whole name. You want to? Come on, come if you want to. So she is definitely a mama's baby and a daddy's girl. So listen, don't even play it. I'm just like, listen. So I had somebody, they commented like, you look so nice. I'm like, ooh, that's my niece. I'm like, listen, this little girl right here, daddy on here, listen, okay?
One do that.
Yeah, right. A dad, listen, you better clean your specs and make sure you looking and seeing what the post says. I said, congratulations on your prom. Okay, that's what it said. So watch it. But congratulations, you all. Now listen, speaking of proms, since we were not here last week, there was a post that was circulating about with a young lady. She went to prom, and so she posted her prom pictures up. So her prom picture consisted of her holding a gun, and she had a man picture. He was holding a gun as well, and so they were of African American descent. So she allegedly has lost. She had a full ride to an HBCU. So now she has allegedly lost her scholarships and all of the endorsements as a result of this picture being posted. So what do you all think? Do you all think that was a fair punishment for her to lose everything that she's worked so hard for? She was an honor student. So she worked, and then she won't. Allegedly, they're saying she did not, or she will not get to walk with her class due to the pictures that have been posted. What do you all think about that? Do you think that that's a fair punishment for her posting that picture up with the guns? Or do you think that was a little bit too excessive for her? Should she have lost everything because of a bad call and judgment? What do you all think about that? She allegedly lost her scholarship. Allegedly, she will not get to walk with her high school class. Do you think that was excessive? Or do you think, you know what? Listen, stupid crime, stupid punishment. Do stupid stuff, you win a stupid prize. What do you all think about that? What do you think about that, E?
I'm kind of on the fence with it because it's messed up that when I saw the picture and because I posted the picture on my page, which her and her guy, and then I had the picture of the white girl and her boyfriend with the guns too. And someone had said, I said, what do you think? And, so when they commented, they was like, both of them are incorrect. And I was like, yeah, I thought that both of them were incorrect as well. But I don't think that, and it's so unfortunate that she lost everything, but I don't think that she should have been punished like that. Like, her parents should have been the ones that, come on, why would you let your child take a picture like that in the first place? And then those guns, aren't they illegal? Are they illegal?
See, my thing is, I don't know what state that they're in. Were they in Florida perhaps? Because, in those states, if you're in a stand your ground, or that you don't need any type of license or anything you can carry, then, okay, she shouldn't have had it, because if you graduated from high school, then she's probably 17. But if she was 18, then
still, what they don't look at is, youth look at social media and just put anything on there. They put everything possible on there, not thinking about how it's going to affect you in the future. I'm 42, so whatever I put up on there, it is what it is, pretty much. But what you put up on there when you're 16, 17, 18, or whatever, you still got to graduate. You still got to go to college if you choose to go to college. You still got to be someone's employee, So you still have to build this reputation for yourself, and to be out there with these guns and stuff. Now you a bad chicken, though that's not what you were trying to put out there and display. You're probably trying to display the Bonnie and Clyde routine, and I get all of that. But your parents should have thought for you and said, you know what? Nah, we're not gonna do that. And especially you being an honor student, you would never have guessed that from that picture. I would have never. I just thought that was just like,
I did too.
whatever, she ain't going nowhere. She gonna be once she graduate, if she graduate,
we just good and this
exactly.
Good
That's
love
it.
right
She
here.
about to get pop pregnant, and that's it. Really, they gonna pop out 10 babies and live in the projects and keep it moving. But you actually had a future for yourself. Hey, Lawan, you had a future for yourself, and you still have to. Unfortunately, if you have lost all those scholarships and everything, hey, community college is for everybody. I'm just saying, I went to community college. I went to the universities too. So it's not the end of the road. It's time for you now to make wise decisions. And it's unfortunate that you've been a child longer than you've been an adult, because if you're still 17, then you ain't even been an adult yet. And so people are going to put on you adult decisions and stuff, but you don't know how to think as an adult because you've been a child all your life.
See, my thing is with this, when I saw the pictures, I was disappointed. I'm just like, here we go again with this bull junkie right here. That's what I thought. I'm like, this is so, come on, we got enough going on, as Black people. But when I found out that she has allegedly lost her scholarships and she has allegedly she can't walk across the stage and things of that nature due to her making a stupid, because don't get me wrong, it was a very poor decision. It was a very poor decision. However, do I think that she should lose everything behind making a bad decision, behind making a stupid decision? No, I don't. And here's why. Because again, everybody say, oh, you can't compare the two. Yes, you can. Because had it been another race, that would not have happened. It would not have. And here's how we know how. Because last year, we remember in Kenosha, the teen that killed 2 people, that had the similar gun and killed 2 people, got off scot-free. And not only did he get off scot-free, they took him around the tour. He did a worldwide tour, making all these appearances on these night talk shows and all this and that. They raised millions of dollars for him on GoFundMe. They congratulated him. He killed 2 people. This girl took a picture with a gun. Dumb decision. Nobody died. She loses everything. He kills white male, Caucasian, kills 2 people. He gets a round of applause in a world tour and he gains everything. He's set for life. Make it make sense.
It doesn't.
It does not make sense. Am I condoning what she did? Absolutely not. But when you think about, does the punishment fit the crime? No. And it almost never does when it comes to Black people. The punishment never fits. So if we know this, we have to do better. As much as possible, stay out the way. You gotta think 2 steps ahead of the system. And then even that is not going to always work. But at least stop putting yourself in stupid positions. Stop doing stupid stuff. And for the parents, my goodness, I would have tore that whole.
That's why I'm not.
I would have tore that whole house. Let me tell you, I would have I can't even tell you the level of ignorance that's in me. Had that been somebody, you couldn't have been mine. I'm taking a picture like that. You couldn't have been
I just
no close relation to me taking a picture like that. Because if it was my niece or my nephew, I'm calling him. Do you see this picture that this dumb? Listen, and I'll be on there. If you don't take this dumb stuff down, take this down before I come over.
No one, where is those who was behind the cameras?
What
did somebody think? Was anybody there to think for you? Because I understand her being a teenager, because teenagers are stupid.
Very.
It is what it
Most
is.
of y'all,
I've done
you
some
know.
dumb stuff, but I
Woo!
was able to get away with a lot of stuff because I
Thank
thought
Lord,
the
you know,
process
ooh.
out. But
Mm.
people, you're a teenager. That's what you're supposed to do. A child, you're supposed to make mistakes. Yes. Dang, that's why you got adults there that's supposed to guide you and stuff. And you clearly got somebody in your corner because you're a smart student to get all these scholarships. So you had someone to show you what you need to do and back you up and support you and this, that, and other. So your parents are to blame.
I agree.
Your crew, your grandmama and shit, like she to blame. Your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your big brother, whoever was there that was behind them cameras and thought that stuff was cute. Man, I almost cursed. Oh, woo. Who thought that was cute? They're really that's who to blame.
It's like, where are your people? Like, you all, we have to do better. Everything is not for social media. Everything should not be posted. If those were pictures let's say if those were pictures that, okay, you and your family, that was your father's gun, whoever, it was a licensed, registered, legit gun. Okay, let's say that. And you took those pictures. Let that be for your family. That doesn't have, everything is not for social media. Everything does not need to be posted. We have to start asking ourselves, should I post this? Because things will come back to bite you in the behind. And it's just like, you have to wonder, listen, is it going to be worth it? Now, I know she's looking back, it wasn't worth it.
No.
Again, I think that it's unfair. If those are the punishments that she has to face, then I definitely think that it's excessive, and I think that it's unfair.
And and honestly, her whole senior class, especially them Black students, if it were me, I wouldn't show up for graduation. I would support her because y'all already gonna get your diploma, yes. But dang it, it's numbers, and if
it's
you
power,
all come,
strength and numbers.
It's strength and powers, it's strength and numbers. So if you all come together and support, because clearly she made a dumb mistake, and that should be with everybody, the parents and everybody, and petition that stuff because it can change. I've seen in my senior year here, I went to the Lily White school. Like I was the only Black student in a lot of my classes, and I remember my classmates were so upset that the teacher we had we had a reading assignment, and I had already read the book in junior high or whatever. So they didn't like the fact that we had to read this book. And I was like, okay. So they went to their parents, complained, and then their parents went to the school board and had this man fired.
Power and numbers. Now, and again, but it's like we jump on the bandwagon and we're against. See, here's our problem. We're against each other for every single thing. We're against each other for everything. Like it's very hard to get us together for positive things. But we'll jump on the bandwagon to beat each other up. Like if you see a Black person down, more Black people are going to come and kick them opposed to trying to help them up to find out what's going on. Because that's just how we've become conditioned to just be against each other. Yes, it was dumb. Yes, it was stupid. We can all agree on that. But should she lose everything that she worked so hard for? No, because what about if you lost everything based upon all the dumb decisions that you've made?
Exactly.
Where would you be? See, we forget. We sit so high, and we sit so high with our nose up, our heads up, like we ain't did nothing. Listen, some of y'all was tricking before y'all got that 6-figure job y'all working. Some of y'all was out there selling packs before you got where you are today. Some of you was out there selling that thing before you got where you are today. And you still right. But now we forget about all that. We forget about our low days now because if she made a mistake, it wasn't the mistake that we made, but we can judge. We're so quick, and that is a judge because we acting like we ain't never did nothing stupid. We just glad. I know I'm glad. Wasn't no doggone YouTube and social.
Man,
Lord have mercy. We were able to be dumb in peace and just, live, but only the ones that were there, would be able to tell, the story as to how dumb, the decisions were that we did and we made, but we learned from them.
Yes.
So now we have to give back, you guys. We have to reach these young folks and we have to help them. We have to
talk to them and guide them.
Right, we have to, because it's just like they're losing everything based upon crazy decisions. And us as being older, we have to teach. We got to stop jumping on what, just because everybody else is beating them up. Listen, it don't mean that it's right. Again, punish her. Listen, make her go to summer school, volunteer, whatever it is. But the stuff that she worked for, like, I just don't think that that's fair. So you all, the moral of the story is we have to do better. We have to make sure that we're monitoring what our teens are putting on social media, monitoring what these little kids are putting on, what they're being exposed to. We have to monitor that, and we got to do better, guys. So, but should she lose everything? Absolutely not. Now, speaking of losing everything, this brother wants to know. He said, listen, he done married his girl. Listen, she was a size 6 baby, okay? Size 6 when he married her. Now, she got a little bit more cushion. She a size 22. He said, no. He said, no, that don't work for me. Ooh. That don't work for me whatsoever. So he's saying that he's telling her, listen, I need you to listen. I need you to get back down to, how you was when we first met, because all this extra loving, I'm not feeling.
Extra loving keep you warm in the wintertime.
He said he's not feeling it. And he's like, listen, if she don't do something about that weight, he gonna have to exit left, because he's no longer attracted to, he's not attracted to full figure women. Is he wrong for not, again, here we go with these, is he wrong for not being attracted? She was a size 6. Now she's a size 22.
Well, she didn't become a size 22 overnight. He saw that. Because I've been a size 22, I've been a size 6, I've been a size 0. So you saw the stages, and it didn't happen overnight. It took time. It didn't, it could have took a year, because, you could eat your way in a year to 22 real quick, but it took like at least 2 to 3 years for her to really get there and stay right there. So all that time when you saw, baby, baby, let's go work out. If you didn't offer any of those things, and now she done got to this size, whatever, and she wasn't feeding stuff, you probably was taking her out to eat and stuff too. I mean, what you thought she was going to do food? Look at the food. She's going to eat that food. And food tastes good to her. So you have to be proactive. If you really care about her and really love her, and you say you're not attracted to her, baby, let me work out with you.
See, my thing is, to piggyback on what you just said, E. See, it's all of that. I blame him. Listen, you coming in late at night, you want her to heat up the food, you want her to eat with you. So now y'all eating, and then y'all laying down on all that food. Y'all might get a little quick session in or whatever, but it ain't enough to work off all the calories that y'all just don't consume. So now every night y'all sleeping it out, y'all just eating and sleeping, and now here she is, a size 22.
She ain't just get a size 22.
What? I'm just disappointed. Here's why. The smallest thing, fellas, y'all ready to bail. Like, why get married if something as simple as weight gain is going to cause you to leave? Why get married? Like, I don't understand. I understand you're not attracted to the size. I get it. But has she changed? Like, has her heart changed? Is the woman that you fell in love with outside of the physical, has that changed? Because it seems like, listen, fellas, I understand. Y'all ain't got to tell me. I know that you all are physical. I know that you all are attracted, and you guys are visual. I understand that. But are you guys that one-dimensional that all matters that, listen, okay, she ain't a size 6 no more. So would you rather her be a size 6 and she started off as a kind, loving, understanding woman, but now she's still a size 6, but now she's a butthole, okay? Or she's now a size 22, but she's still the same woman that loves you, the same woman that supports you, the same woman that will lay down everything for you. She's just a bigger size. Does that matter? Which one are you sticking with? You sticking with your size 6 that's a butthole wife, or you going to stick with the wife that now she's a 22, but she's still, they're married. Wow. But she's still the same woman that loves you, supports you, and will give anything for you. You going to leave her for her? You going to leave her? Amen. The woman that is holding you down? Like, I don't understand. And that's the part I don't get. Like, I'm going to leave her. That mentality, that's what scares me. Because the simplest things, we're leaving. Y'all leaving over stretch marks. Y'all leaving over if she gained weight. Y'all, why show up? If that's all it takes to make you leave, why are you guys getting married? That's what I don't understand. Like, ladies, y'all got to start having these conversations. You got to start asking them, listen, okay, if I look different, something can happen to me. If the way I look changed, does that mean that?
But you still have to have that conversation. I mean, if we're married, I didn't pick the weight up yesterday. Like, I didn't pick the weight up in one day. Like, let's be real. And if you start noticing, man, baby, you are picking up a little weight. Okay, then work out with me, or suggest it. If you love me, you say you my husband, and we took these vows for better or worse and to death do us part. Well, you slowly trying to kill me because you keep on feeding me, or you really want the best for me. So you know what, baby, I really do love you. Let's, join the gym. Let's watch what we eat. Let's do something. Let's get healthy together, but people don't want to do that. It's easier to say, you know what, I'm over it. I can find somebody else because so-and-so got a fake booty and some fake titties and she can get her stomach tucked all up in there and I'm going to go over there with her opposed to you. And it's just ridiculous.
It's just like with the size, again, fellas, if that's that big of a deal to you, listen, I can respect that. Say that ish in the beginning. Like, listen, and you don't have to be all
ass about it.
Right. But you let her know. Like, listen, before you get like, listen, now, okay, look, I love you, but listen, you as far as you can get with me is a size 12. I'm telling you right now. Therefore, she know it won't come as a surprise. You be surprised the things that people can say just the way they say it. Your delivery is everything. You can get your point across and not be a butthole. But don't, if it's that big of a deal, if you're that dude that would leave because she went from a size 6 to a size 22, you need to let her know that and let her know that up front. Like, I could respect that. I would not be, if you like, listen, you got to listen, most you can get size 10. When you start getting to a size 12, listen, you pushing it with me, okay? Because I'm just not attracted to that. I love you, but I'm just letting you know I'm not attracted to that. I can respect that. So in the back of your mind, like what he's expecting. And the same thing. So if you come to me with that, the 12 is as big as you can get, brother, okay? I love you too, okay? Look good, okay? But don't let that pudge. Don't you have a booty in the front and a booty in the don't now, because when y'all get y'all start aging, y'all start protruding over the front.
The piece goes in.
It starts. So if we're gonna be that superficial, because again, let's not act like, let's be real. Women, we have things that we're attracted to, and we have things that turn us off about you all as well. But we don't see those type of questions. We're gonna stick with y'all because as long as you still the man and you providing me, you treating us the same, we're gonna deal with you. We might, pretend like we with somebody else in our head. You'll never know that.
I didn't have to do that this week.
He'll never know that.
This is true.
Because we love you. And we meant that. We meant that we love you through thick and thin, better or for worse. We meant all that ish. So yeah, we may be like, oh, this is I don't know who's a handsome. Oh, this
Shamar, no, he look like
this is yeah, that's Christian Keys or Laz Alonso. You know, that's who that.
Keys is the handsome.
Bless your ministry, Christian Keys, yes, Lord. But you can imagine those people. But guess what? You my husband, you ain't gonna never know that. I'm never gonna make you feel less than because you physically changed. So fellas, y'all gotta step y'all game up. Y'all gotta just flat out do better. If you're not up for that marriage challenge, and I'm just thinking like the weight gain to me is a cop-out. You want it out, now you ready to explore some other things. So now you like, oh yeah, she done got all big and all this and that. Oh, so she got big. So you mean to tell me in all those years, okay, so she done went from a size 6 to a 22. My question is, what physical changes have happened to you? Because don't make it seem, because don't trust and believe me.
It's her.
If she a 22, what you looking like?
Dude, you about a 52.
She a 22? What that hairline looking like? What that stomach looking like? What is it? The whole total package. What is it looking like if we're being superficial? Marriage is for better or for worse. I ain't been there, you know. Listen, but me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I definitely have some superficial mess in me. I do. I struggle, but guess what? He's gonna know my superficial issues. He's gonna know it. Listen, that's what talking is all about. I'm not gonna say nothing to offend him, but he's gonna know what area that I need deliverance in. Okay, he's gonna know that. It's not gonna come as a surprise to him. It's not. It truly is not. But if you love people like you say you do, then how can something like gaining weight cause you to leave? Think on that. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break.
Sure.
And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. You don't want to miss it, so please stay tuned. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, I mean, listen, she done got, she done got a little.
Lil Juan said, when would you tell him?
When would I tell who what?
That, he was not looking the way he's supposed to be looking.
As soon as it dawned on me.
She said, as soon as it dawned on her, once you start to,
I'm like, well, wait a minute now, baby. Sugarfoot, my mandingo. Okay, wait a minute now. Look, you know how that thing that I like what you doing? You ain't doing. You really ain't. You're not really able to. It's something that's preventing you from doing. Listen, I'm gonna need you to do about 10 or 20 more extra push-ups and sit-ups a day, okay? You say what? I'm too heavy for you to hold? Okay, well, we're gonna work on that, okay? We're gonna work on that. But communication is the key, and it shouldn't be about let me hurt. Like, how do you hurt your partner? How do you hurt your husband? How do you intentionally hurt your wife? Like, I'm gonna just throw you away. Like, that's all you were was your weight. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm throwing my whole family away because she gained weight. I'm throwing my whole family away because his stomach is hanging over his belt. I'ma rub it and I'ma make a wish. I'ma kiss it and be like,
say good luck. Exactly. You gonna do some raspberry.
I'ma blow some bubbles in it. Like, I'm just, I'm like, why is you doing that? I'm like, I thought you wanted me to play with it. I'm calling the playground like we used to call my grandma's belly when my grandma we used to call her stomach a playground.
Yeah, those noises and stuff. My mom
Yes.
And I used to think it was like the Star Wars stuff like that.
It used to be. I'm just like,
so much explosions and stuff.
Right. I was like, Grandma, now are you about to pass get girl? One day she passed. Ooh, Lord have mercy. So when I was little, true story, I used to have, I miss my grandma. I used to have earaches really, really bad when I was little. So I would always lay on my grandmother's stomach. This one day, woo, Lord. Now, my grandma was the mother for the church. So, she was up in there doing all that good cooking. Lay down. She was sleeping. I was sleeping on her stomach because I wasn't feeling well. My grandma's stomach started rumbling and she passed gas. I mean, it was it kicked against, you would have thought that she was having contractions. And my sore ear was laying on her, that's how I was laying on her stomach. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, Simpli E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright. Let me call her Mrs. I'm not gonna say her last name till she tell y'all what it is. But y'all, she's married now. Hey, E, how you doing?
Great. I'm great.
I'm so happy. Like, we have to celebrate. We definitely have to celebrate you and your new hubby. Hi, hubby. If you cousin Pete, if you listening, that's my cousin Pete. If you listening, how you doing, guys? Listen, want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. You all, tonight we're being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. Wow, I love that, has a great ring to it. Ow! Do me a favor, you all. We are a 2-bedroom luxurious condo Airbnb located right next door to the United Center. So guys, go please check us out. We have our link in the comments. You can still go to the same link, the 2 Level Up link, and it'll take you right to the page. Check it out. If you're not looking to travel now, save it in your wish list. Refer it to a friend. Share. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. He has his spring line out, you guys. He has some awesome t-shirts, colors. And guess what? They fit, like they can fit your booby. Like, well, they make mine look a little bit small, but they got this nice little comfortable. The material is really good. Like I said, I'm gonna have a hot senior citizen, because I'm not a hot girl. I ain't been a girl in a long time. So we're gonna have a hot seniors moment, because I've been trying to. I asked them at Starbucks, can I get a senior citizen discount?
You're not old enough, Jay.
But still, I'm like, listen, wherever I can get in and slide and pay a cheaper price, I'm down for it. They was like, are you 65? They was like, are you 65? I was like, I can be.
Why you didn't say black don't crack?
Right, I'm gonna say that next time. But I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. So guys, listen, we have the link in our comments, Delaware Inc. We're also being brought to you by BK the Barber. Woo. Guys, listen, if you down in Houston, get your hair faded, trimmed up, get your mustache, your goatee, get all of that. Now listen,
looking handsome and
don't
delicious.
Look now. Do he be spraying that black stuff? You tell him how he can get in contact with him, because they be spraying that black spray on their hair too up in that, see.
And go to Bookski and look up Freelines Barbershop on 3000 Spring Cypress Road, Suite D, Houston, Spring, Texas, 77388. BK the Barber. BK the Barber,
and also use reference code J. That's JAYE. Guys, listen. We have more hot topics. Now, look, last week I didn't get to talk to y'all. So guess what? I got a lot of talking to do. So listen, there was a video circulating around. So the young man, he went and he bought his girl a 2018 Audi. So this chick showed her entire behind because it wasn't a 2022. Ladies, how would you guys react if your guy surprised you with a car? It wasn't the newer year, but he surprised you nonetheless. Would you graciously accept the car, or would you complain because it wasn't a newer model? How would you guys, and fellas, if she complained about the car, how would you react to that? What would you do? So, ladies, your guy surprises you with a car. Woo! Car, yeah, it's mine. But it's not a new car. It's a used car. Would you graciously accept it and be excited? Or would you sit there and sulk and be like, ain't this some bull? Ain't this some? So you sit up here, this how you feel?
What would you
Don't
do,
give me
Jay?
some used car.
Uh-huh.
I would graciously accept it. Because here's the thing. I'm always under the notion people don't have to do nothing for you.
Yeah.
Nobody owes you ish. If you surprise me, and people tell me all the time that I need to stop this. My family tells me all the time that I need to stop this. But I don't feel like I should. Like if somebody gives me something and I don't like it, they will never know.
Because she's going to gift it to me.
Because you don't have to give, because you did not have to think about me. Like if you send me, I remember somebody sent me a bouquet with all those, it was full of pineapples and stuff like that.
The edible arrangement.
I couldn't eat that. But I was so thankful because they didn't know me like that. So they didn't know that I was allergic to pineapples. So once we got to know each other, then it came up like I'm allergic to pineapples. And they were like, oh, so what happened? Did you ever? And I explained it to them. And they were like, well, why you didn't tell me in the beginning? Because it was the thought that counted. Mm-hmm. And you didn't know. But the fact that you thought about me, I appreciated that. And that's the part that mattered to me. So that's how I am. I'm like, I hate bananas and all this,
You need to put your banana in your throat.
I hate all of that. I hate chocolate. But I accept everything because you did not have to think about me. So you're buying a car and it's not a new car. The fact that you thought about me, it says a lot to me. And that's just how I am about the whole situation. I'm not an ungrateful person. I mean, I'm a little extra, but I'm extra in my own realm. I'm not extra, at least I don't believe I am, towards other people as far as doing and saying things to offend people or acting like I don't appreciate something. Do you see what are they saying over there on
Instagram? It says being allergic and not appreciating are two different things. And then what does it say? Taniko, he says, good day. And then Helen says, even if I don't like the car all the way, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, how do you feel, Eve? What would you do?
I appreciate the car. I'm like, okay, because I'm like you didn't have to do anything for me, but you chose and you thought enough of me to go out your way and purchase me a vehicle, and so I appreciate it, whether or not it's brand new or used. I mean, like, dang, in the back of my head, I'm probably like, oh, I wonder if it's newer than the car that I have or if it's older, but that's okay. And let me see what's the inside. Okay, bet he got the little car for me. Bet I'm happy. Now I got two cars. And I'm going to probably drive your car more than I drive mine because I don't put all that mileage on my stuff.
Right. It's just like the fact that you thought of me. And that's the thing. It's like we have to, get better at just showing appreciation. It's just like the fact. I'm like, man, like I got flowers for Mother's Day. Not one. I'm like to get surprised with 2 huge bouquets of flowers. Yeah, I'm just like, I was like, oh my, I was like on cloud 1,000 because I'm just like.
You got home, he was like, no, I got the flowers already. It did.
And then it was some more. I'm just like, okay, so, double for your trouble. I'm like, yeah, double your list. I'm like, I'm a double. I'm 2 handfuls. And that's what I told him. I'm like, I'm 2 handfuls. Was just one wasn't enough. I'm like, I'm just appreciative. So it's like whatever somebody does for me, I'm just thankful because, again, you did not have to do it. I've had people bring that. Listen, everybody that know me know I hate. And I'm going to tell y'all, come on in a little bit. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I hate hazelnut coffee cream. I hate it with a passion. It tastes like toenails, okay?
I know toenails like that was a kicky face.
Because I used to bite my toenails when I was little. That's how it tastes, just like that. Bite and spit it over there. So it tastes like that. Okay. I hate it. But somebody I had a coworker surprised me and brought me some coffee creamer. And it was hazelnut. And guess what I did? I graciously accepted it and I knew where they bought it from. I took it back to the store, exchanged it and got my French vanilla. And I drank it and I enjoyed it. So now when we got a chance to talk about it, they was like, I'm going to go buy you some more coffee cream, Jay. So now that was my time to tell them, can you grab French vanilla instead? Because that's my favorite kind. They was like, yeah. No harm, no foul. See, you wasn't offended because had I put my foot in my mouth and said, I hate hazelnut, you wouldn't be thinking about going to the store for me. But now you asked me, you told me about it.
Mhm.
So now I can give you my feedback because you asked me. But if you're just thinking about me off the kindness of your heart and you pick something and it may not be something that I like, I'm not going to turn it down because you thought about me.
No.
My family say I go about it the wrong way all the time. They say it's the wrong way to do it, but I just don't want to offend anybody. When I offend you, it's because that's what I'm setting out to do. But I don't but I don't set out to just intentionally offend anybody, and I don't feel like anybody owes me anything. So anything that a person does for me, I appreciate it. So we have to be more appreciative. But fellas, how would you feel if she showed her behind over that car? What would you do? Would you keep that? Listen, now, had I been a man and she's showing her end, baby, let me tell you one thing. This deal ain't closed yet. See, I'll be just like that. Before I sign on the dotted line and seal the deal, I'm going to see how you act. Because if you show your behind, guess what? You done lost your blessing. That's the first thing. And you done lost your ride. That's the second thing. So not only do you not have a new car, you ain't got a way back home either. So figure that out.
Her boyfriend bought
Yes.
it. And see, that's the thing. Your boyfriend. This ain't even your husband.
Your boyfriend.
Your boyfriend buys you this car.
Let my boyfriend buy me a car. I'm riding anything that he buy me. Look.
You buy me some
buy me
skates.
some skate, right?
Skate, but you best believe I'm going to be trying to figure out, get me
Like,
a skateboard. I'm going to get on that skateboard and push back with how we did back in the day.
Oh, shoot. Let me go get the doggone, the ankle break, the elbow braces and elbow pads and stuff. Because, listen, the way this show is.
And I'm going to put it on Facebook. My boo bought it.
My boo bought it. Like, here we go. Watch this.
And everybody's going, hey, all he did was, and what did yours get you?
Absolutely.
He didn't get you nothing, but mine got me this.
Now. It's to be thought about for me is to be cared about. And that's the thing. It's like to just know that I'm on your mind, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Like just to show people that you're thinking about them and that they're thought of and they're special. It means a lot. Like the simplest things means a lot to people. So guys, just keep that in mind before you go opening your mouth, running your mouth. I don't like this. I don't like. You're too much. People like that. I don't do anything for. I can't do anything for you because you're so offensive. Like I don't want to surprise you with anything because I might pick the wrong thing. So now I'm not going to think about getting you anything because you're too extra and you're too over the top. And I don't want to be offended because I'm thinking about you and I was thinking about doing something nice for you. So I saw something that I wanted to do for you, but your attitude and you're so ungrateful. I don't even want to do nothing for you because you just don't receive things well. So you hinder yourself. People that do things like that, we have a way of hindering ourselves. So we just got to be mindful with the gratitude and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Now, listen, ladies, the next hot topic. I don't know. I thought about this one long and hard, and I stayed up, I stayed up and I really thought about this hot topic, and I'm just like, I don't know. But if your man told you to quit your job because he wanted to take care of you financially, what would you say? He said, baby, I want to retire you. I want to take care of you financially. Quit your job. What would you do?
I'm not going to work tonight. I'm done. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Look at this one. The faith is just not there. And he's straight. We good financially. With the bank's accounts is looking good. Like he got me on everything. Like don't tell me quit my job and then you barely got two nickels to rub together. Like I got a lot of faith. But it's not that strong. So I gotta be realistic on things, Now, if you say, baby, quit your job, and I'm like, man, he's for real. He like, yeah, I got you. Bet because I know and I trust that you got me, and I know that you got me. Not that I trust that you got me, but I know that you have me, and I know how you grind, and I know how you work, and I know that you want to maintain me and our family and everything. So I'm gonna do what you need me to do. See, clearly you need me to support you, because you're gonna hold down the financial. So I got you here at the house. What we gonna balance this out? Look at Jay's face. You see Jay's face. She is not feeling that. He didn't say quit your job and not do nothing.
Okay, because that's what I'm gonna say. Because I'm gonna have to ask him. So okay, so I would have to reason with him, and so I'd be like, okay, you really don't want me to be here with all this time on my hands.
He didn't say not do nothing,
and that's what I would have to clarify, because it wouldn't be for the lack of the finances not being secure or anything. I don't think that would be my issue. My thing is, what would I do with me all day long? Like, I'm a lot.
Get to 22, size 22.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm like, what would I do with myself all day and not have anything? Like, I have to do something. So if he say, yeah, okay, I don't want you to work your 9 to 5, then I'm for it. But I don't want to give up my side hustles and things like now I would transfer that time over and freely definitely do that 100%. But to just stay home and let him take care of me entirely and be solely dependent on his finances, I don't know how I would be able to do that. And look, I'm just itching now. Like,
you're allergic to it,
right? Because I'm just
I wouldn't give you my EpiPen, but I used it yesterday.
Right, I pondered all night. I'm just like, what? I'm like, what would I do? I'm like, I would have to tell. I'm like, now you sure you know what you're talking about? Because you're gonna see a crazy person on, like, you sure?
Yes, he's sure. Yes, I'm sure.
Because I ain't gonna do nothing but quit those businesses, and then I'm gonna have to come up with some other businesses that we're gonna do. Thing. So I'm just like, so to ask me to not be my side hustles and not to be an entrepreneur, then I don't know if I would be able to. I don't know if I would be able to do that one. Like, I could not quit what I'm doing just to come and jump on board. And actually, I've had that proposed to me, jump on board to do what they're doing and to be what, like, that's not me, because that's not what motivates me. I like what I do. If he says to come off your job and keep your side hustles, I'm going.
Exactly. That's different.
But to give up everything and to just, like, be a stay-at-home mom. Like, okay, there's no more momming over here. Like, mom is done.
I did a thing today, and it said, Nicole will have a baby, be pregnant by the end of the year.
Oh, the devil, the devil has.
So I can see you.
I cannot see.
Fertile.
The devil is a lot.
You look like See, I'm tied up with Betsy right here. This is tubes tied by the crew right here, so ain't nothing.
I donated my uterus a couple of years ago.
No, Jay, you got the.
No, I don't. I don't have no more. Listen, these childbearing days are over, baby. I'm like, so there's no more momming and all that other stuff. Like, I'm not even, I guess I'm gonna be a cool grandmother, one of these days, but the way that my young old son over there set up, he focused on his bag. So baby, he gonna have a Bentley before he have a baby. So, so that's out. So, but it's I have a ton of great nieces and nephews and all these folks just having kids all around me. So it's like, there's no shortage of babies and kids, but I would be like, at this point, like, what's the purpose of me not working? Why am I just sitting home? Like, there's nothing to do. Like, after I water the plants, like, okay, so what else is there to do? And I would say, oh, baby, I really appreciate, you offering to do this for me. But let me just show you the pros and the cons of me staying at home all day. And by the time I'm done laying out my case, I think that he
by the time you done harassing that man, because you know I'm gonna pop up at your job
right,
to bring
right,
you your
right,
lunch,
right,
but I'm
right,
also the door, so I might, see what's going on in the office or something, and then I'm next thing you know, I might be your boss.
Right. So you just
you sure you want to do this? I'm just saying, I got to be doing something, and I'm not gonna be sitting here looking cute. I'm not one of those housewives of Atlanta. I ain't one of them. I need something to do, and
I don't want it like to a certain, and I don't want to say it like this but that's just the era that I've been brought up in, taking care of myself. So I don't know how to sit down and not not be doing something. So I wouldn't tell him. I would ask and we would have a conversation because I definitely respect his leadership. So when I get married, I'm respecting what you like. When I marry, that means I respect you. And I respect your leadership and I respect where you're going. If I wasn't looking to marriage, then I'm like, listen, you don't even got your credit score together. How you telling me? See, that's how I talk like that, can be, a little bit like that sometimes. But if we're talking about marriage, then I'm like, I already know he got it together. So it's like, why would I be challenging his authority, and why would I be challenging what he say? Because I'm here because I trust where you're going. I trust your leadership. So I would just kindly ask him and just, plead my case and just let him know the pros and the cons of me staying home all day. And when I get through laying it out, he'll agree. Mm-hmm. No, we gon', especially if he knows that, listen, is the screws rattle up in here.
They're just loose.
Listen, he know that elevator stays stuck between the basement and the first floor, and it make that sound. He already knows, so it'll be a piece of cake. I would appreciate it, but taking me off my job, I can go, but letting everything else go, it's gonna be a challenge.
She said, I stayed home the first 5 years when our daughter was born, and the last year I was ready to go to work, and I did. That was the best thing for me. I did do that in this one relationship. I don't want to say marriage. That's not what it was. If the state don't recognize your marriage, and this just ain't marriage, is right?
And it ain't.
That's what I thought, because I didn't turn that license in that day. But this one we turned.
You know what, y'all?
This one we had turned to.
Listen, y'all with these doggone holding on to these licenses. Yes. I don't know what y'all doing with these. You the second person. I ain't going. I'm
gonna tell you like this, and dudes, let me put you up on some game. So when she pull it, you be like, I was watching Jaye Simpli E. So when I first got, married or whatever, many moons ago,
and you talking about me, you worse than I am. Now you talking about me with my fiasco.
I had a client, and she was like, she was in her 90s. And her and her husband had been married since they were 20-something. I think he had passed already. And she was saying, well, I never turned in the marriage certificate to get the license. She said, just in case you never know what's going to happen. You may need to, call it a day with this person. I was like, oh, And at the time, the relationship I was in, it was like that. We had great days and they'd go back to bad. And they'd go great days and back to bad. So I'm like this. I was taught that a reminder is a blessing. Well, who am I to give you this blessing and remind you if you can't do it yourself? So I did not remind that person to turn in the license.
Oh, God.
And if you don't turn the license in within 30 days,
you're not married.
The certificate,
it expires.
So that's what I did. So when it was time for me to do the divorce, I was even really, really good with it. I told my husband this, and he was just like, golly. I was really good. I typed it up. I typed the divorce decree. Because I'm still going through the motions. I know what's really happening, but I said, I'm going to still play this routine. Go through the motions, type it all up. I call him up and said, hey, what you want to do? I got the divorce decree typed up. I'm going to send it to you. I just need you to sign it and stuff and get it notarized and everything. You go your way, I go mine. We call it a day. You keep everything. I don't want anything. He was like, I'm not signing anything. I was like, what? You're going to always be my wife. I said, you sure about that? And he was like, yeah, you're going to always be my wife. Are you positive? Because I want you to sign this, But then when you want to be an ass, So, and he decided to say some asshole stuff. I was like, okay, well, guess what? Our marriage is not recognized by the state of Illinois. Therefore, we are not married. You didn't never turn the license in, and I didn't remind you to turn it in. So, therefore, we were never married.
Wow.
So, technically, I've only been married one time, which is now.
Ain't that something? You all. So listen, but that's so key though, because it's like with me, you know, we had made, you know, a couple of days before actually getting married. So we did have our license. We did have we had our everything. But I had
married.
Right.
You have a ceremony. Y'all got married.
So we had our license. So I'm just like, you know, but I had the license. So you know, back in that time, you had to wait the 48 hours, I think, or the 3 days or something like that. So
and you still do.
Okay.
You still do.
Okay, so with that, but that's just how far everything had, you know, transpired as far as for me. So I'm like, and I always kept, I'm like, listen, I'm like, you still under here now? Are you still in that? Make sure ain't nobody got that. Got a hold of that right there. No, don't you touch that certificate. But it's something like, you know, just going through those motions. Like I just would not, you know, want to do that, but like that marriage thing, it's like.
But that's the thing, like when I went through all of that, and he had told me, because I was having some issues at work or whatever, and he was just like, just come home. It's been many times, like literally, I was at work one night and it was snowing, and I was like, I just don't want to be here. It was the middle of the night. I was like, I want to be home. I want to be with my husband. I want to be with my children. I don't want to be here. And I called him up and he was like, come home. I was like, bet. I told him, you know what? I got to go home real quick. I'll be back. And I worked an hour and some away. Ain't no way I'm coming back at no 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning in the snow from the south side of Chicago to way north side to come play. No, I'm not. So I left. Them people was dumb enough to let me leave. Well, I was going to leave regardless. And I left and I never came back.
Wow.
And I just was like, no, because I trusted him enough to know that he said, come home, he got me. And I knew how he grind. And even with my husband now, you know, if he said, you know what, E, don't worry about it. I know, I trust him. Right. And I know how he grinds, that he got me. We're going to do this, whatever. So my faith in that person
right
is strong. It's real. But you have to really have a lot of faith in your relationship, in your marriage, and whatever you're doing in your partnership, to be like, do I really know that this person got me? And even going into it, you have to know, do they really have my best interest at heart? So why would I say I do? Or why would I even bring you in my life and think you as my partner if I don't believe that you have my best interest at heart? And you've shown me. Now, if you've shown me everything that, man, they got me when I needed this, that, and the other, they offered. I didn't even have to ask. They was like, here you go, what you need, woo, woo, woo. And I know that what he's doing is legal now.
Right, absolutely.
It's legal. It won't put me in harm's way, or our children or whatever in harm's way. Then yeah, okay, I'm gonna be at the house now. I'm gonna do something. I'm like, Jay, I have to be busy. Like, I can't, if I'm sitting there dormant, like, I'm gonna get depressed. You know, I don't want to be in the house depressed. I'm gonna be sleeping all day. You gonna be mad at yourself. Hey, hey, Boris. Hey, Daniel.
I ain't gonna be able to do it. My sister's tuning in. Hey, Lee, how you doing? I just would prefer to be. I have to be doing something constructive, so it doesn't. So if you want to take me off my job, I'm definitely open to being taken off my job, so I can just go right full-fledged into my side hustles and do what I have to do in that. But I have to always be working, and I have to always be doing something, because I want to feel productive as well. And I'm like, you know, if you like, okay, well, I want you to come and join my team, I'll join your team, but I'm still gonna have to keep doing what I'm doing as well, you know, because it's, especially if it's something that I love and that I'm passionate about. But again, like getting married, like, those are serious conversations that have to be had. And I don't think that people take those situations and those conversations seriously. It's just like everything is always about the physical. Like, it's always like sex is like, I think it's like 10%. If I don't know, I ain't never been married, so I don't really know what the percentage is. But it's not, you don't spend most of your time having sex. Like, life goes on. So it's like it's so much stuff that goes on in the relationship and in a marriage before you even get a chance to get back around to having sex. You've had so much stuff that has happened within the day that you got to deal with. So I'm just like, if
You don't spend all your time having sex in a marriage and stuff, but when you do it.
yeah, I mean, it better be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But it's just like you have to be happy and whole in all those other aspects and areas of your life as well. You gotta be content. You gotta be happy with what it is that you're doing. Both people have to be happy. Guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break.
Sure.
And when we return, we have a few more hot topics to get into. And then we're talking about our main topic tonight, being the rebound. You're listening to the
Jaye
Jaye
Spot,
where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, listen, I'm just like, yeah, I like to, I like to sit on around and just do what I gotta do. You like, listen, come over here, join my team, help me get this off the ground, help me do this. I'm over there, we're gonna do this because we're a team. So like, I'm gonna work hard for you like I work hard for me, because working hard for you is working hard for me, is working hard for us. So I'm for it. But to just be like, I just want you don't gotta worry about doing none of that. Do you know, listen, Dr. Slowinski and them, they already looking for me. But do you know, listen, I stopped running. If I didn't have nothing to do, I'll stop running. I'll go turn myself in, because that's just how now I've been and drove my own stuff crazy, not having anything to do. An idle mind for me is not the place. Like, it's just not the place. Like, I don't want to be super busy where if I need a nap, I can't get a nap in. But I like to be busy. I like to be productive. I like to be grinding and getting it in. It's a high for me, and I just like it. So
Helen, she says she also has to be doing something. She works for herself and enjoys what she does.
Absolutely. It's just like so you shouldn't have to give up. It is not that, fellas. I know some of these guys are like, oh, that's that independent. Well, I mean, if it's independent, then I don't know what to tell you, but I just can't. I don't want to sit around and not be able to do anything that I want to do, that I enjoy, because I'm like, listen, that's what I went to school for. That's what I work hard for, to be able to do what I want to do. And let me bring some of that towards you so that I can put some of that. We're supposed to help each other. So we're both going to water into what we're both doing so it can grow, because now we're no longer separate. Let's do what we have to do to make our family grow and our unit stronger and our finances stronger. So let's do that. So if that means pulling me off my job so I can focus more on what I'm doing for me and focus more on what I'm doing for you, then let's do it. But to have me sitting up in there not doing nothing ain't gonna work. Welcome back to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to mine, we have my co-host, yes, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, Simpli E, author, actress, businesswoman, newlywed.
Yes.
Hey, E, how you doing?
Great.
She's married, y'all. She's married now. She's married. Daryl goes here. She showed up at hers.
I did. I did. And our judge was so cool. Like, he was so cool. I've never really, I've been to court a few times, But he was like, even when the first time I wanted doing it or whatever, it was But this guy was so cool. He was like, hold hands, look at her in her face. Okay, you promise to take care of it. You gotta promise, because my mom said, well, and I was like, wow, this is just so. And I just really enjoyed the whole experience. Like, it was really fun.
Did y'all record it?
We didn't record it, but then the judge took pictures. Like he took 10 million pictures of us.
I gotta see him
I gotta
afterwards.
see him.
Yeah, I gotta see him. I can't
And
wait.
we was sitting there looking like we was cheesing. Well, we was a little high too. We did something.
I'm not gonna mess with y'all.
It makes my hair grow. Yeah, and he had some great stuff. Oh my girl.
You know what? I'm not.
Y'all in Chicago, y'all sleep because this what we, babe, man.
When I look at her like this, just know that she knows that I'm judging. She knows that I'm judging her all the time.
Just judging me. Just judging me.
But guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Follow us on Twitter at Jaye Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the Jaye Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye. All three. Now wait, before you finish, go right on head on over here to YouTube. Guys, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Jaye Spot Radio. Help us get our 1,000 subscribers so that we can have a higher reach. We have a project that we are working on, but we need your help to get there. So subscribe today. You guys, go ahead and subscribe. We just need 1,000 of y'all. It's like almost 35,000 people in the Grown and Sexy Conversations and 16,000 on the Jaye Spot page. 1,000 of y'all subscribe so we can go ahead on and get this stuff done. Thank y'all. I had to get my Barry White voice on for y'all. Now I don't mean to be talking all aggressive like that. Please and thank y'all. We're also being brought to you all tonight by our sponsor, the Jaye Spot Airbnb. Ow, we got it. Listen, it's a 2-bedroom luxurious condo located right next door to the United Center. Now listen, that jacuzzi, let me tell y'all, okay, I ain't gonna go too much into people's business, but like the people that had just checked out, I don't know what they was. I'm gonna have to message that lady and ask her, girl, what was that you was up in there doing? Because she had all kinds of little purple little feathers and stuff all around. It was all in the jacuzzi. I was just like, now, what was this that you was? I'm like, this looks kind of interesting. So I'm
she might send you the video of it now.
I want a video.
Yeah,
I just want to know what
yes.
I just want to know what I was just kind of curious. I'm like, what is this?
Curiosity killed that cat.
It killed her cat.
Killed the cat.
We're also being brought to you guys by Delaware Inc. He has his spring t-shirts out. I can't wait because mine is ripped on up right here. It's ripped off the shoulder. It's ripped. I'm trying to see if I'm having ripped off the back. It's just ripped all up. We're going to be shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, pop. Not this shoulder because I'm still waiting for my shoulder to come from eBay or Amazon. So I'm going to hold tight on this. But
Asian shoulder.
You know what? It don't even matter at this point. I'll spray paint it. I'll put it up there in the tanning booth. They all get tanned and turn colors anyway. I'll just lay on up in there, put this shoulder in there and let it turn brown. They want to be brown so bad like we are. So at this point, I'll take any color shoulder. Let me just get a medium to large, not the small or medium. I need the medium to large, so I can make sure it fit in a joint and I won't have no problems. We're also being brought to you by BK the Barber. Tell them where he located.
BK the Barber is located in Spring, Texas. So it is 3000 Spring Cypress Road, Suite D, Spring, Texas, 773-888. You can go to Bookski and book him. He is BK the Barber.
And we'll also have that link in our comments as well. Guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Now listen, fellas, let me ask you all this. Now I need to know, because we were talking about marriages before the break, and kind of during the break, I forgot. I was somewhere telling about my story, but I forgot where I was. So if y'all remember where I was, just tell me and I'll finish telling y'all the story, because I don't forget what I was talking about before the break and during the break. But fellas, listen. Okay, you and your girl, y'all got it. You like, man, I done been with her. We done been together for a minute. So you pop the question. She says no. Is the relationship over? Or do you guys keep going? If it's over, why is it over? If not, why? What would you do? And ladies, if you told him no, would the relationship be over? Or would you all keep going? Like, would you try to figure out what's going on? If you guys want to call in, chime in, and talk to us, it's 708-223-8953. Again, our number is 708-223-8953. Fellas, you propose. She says no. Is the relationship over? Ladies, if you say no, do you expect them? Are you saying no and are you ending that relationship? Or are you saying no, not right now? Like, fellas, what's going on? She say no. What's going on? What's happening? E, what are your thoughts about that? Because I can tell you,
I've seen that, and I've always been I've been proposed to a few times, but I said yes, but it never got to where it's supposed to get to. So, but I've seen it. I've always been curious about that. I think for me, it would be, I could still go through with, being with this person. It's just not right now. I think that I still want to be with you if I was asked to be married or whatever, and it would be not right now, but I still want to be with you. But let's get some little things together first, whatever, and then, ask me again.
So Jason, he's saying we can still be cool. I just won't ask the question again. She can't have it both ways.
God, Jason, really?
So it's
you and your feelings like that.
So my thing would be, so like, so if he was to ask and it was a big, like he just went and made this big drawn out production, I could never tell him no in public in front of everybody. I could never.
That's a gut
I
punch.
could not hurt him like that. Like I would be like, I would say yes, go through the whole shebang in front of and then we'll have a sidebar conversation. But then I'll tell my reasons why I don't
want to do it right now.
And I'll be like, it's not a no, it's just a not right now. So, and I would have to accept how he felt about my decision. But at the same time, I feel like, do you guys I don't understand how could those wires be crossed? Like, how could you get a no? Like, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, how could a dude get a no and not know
that it was
going to be a no?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so it will have me questioning, like, okay, you got to know, like, women, like most women, we're ready to get married. Like, you just not going to have too many of us saying no. So my question instantly is like, okay, why did she say no? Like, did she say no because, just what happened? Why did you get a no? That's what I would want to know. Like, why did the no, why was there a no? And based upon that, then you figure out, like, if you're going to proceed with her. Helen, she said, I've said no and the relationship continued. Marriage hasn't ever been a goal of mine, but what my intuition told me wasn't right, and it ended up he was proposing so that he could trap me before I found out the two women who were pregnant by him. Wow. See, yeah, that intuition is something. Definitely, women's intuition, fellas, please don't, especially if she love you, she love your dirty draws. She know. I promise you, Jason, she know.
Jason said, what if the shoe was on the other foot 5 years went past? Now, see, I couldn't, if he proposed, well, if we said we were going to get married and he proposed to me and I said yes, and 5 years went past and there's still not, well, I'm not going to let 5 years go past it. Like, that's not going to even happen. We're not even going to be boyfriend and girlfriend for no 5 years.
Right.
Like, I'm not built like that. And even with my husband now, like when he asked me first, when we decided to get together, I was like, I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not. We're not gonna do that.
Right.
We too old for that little girlfriend boyfriend routine and let's go through this motions. We done already been there before, whatever. We're not going through that again. We're not doing that. So he was like, what? You want me to propose to you? Well, what you think? Because I'm not doing this. And he was like, okay. And he got down on one knee and proposed to me and stuff. And then he cried about it and stuff because I was like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll marry you. But I'm not gonna play those little routine and let a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and next thing you know, it's 12 years. We still engaged.
Exactly.
What? No, that's no.
And then it's like, fellas, like if you do this is the flip side to that. So if you do stay with her, but you're punishing her because she said no at that time, like let the relationship go, because you know you have not gotten over the fact that she told you no, or she said not right now. So now you're not going to ask. So now you know you have no intentions on ever asking her to marry you again. So in the relationship, like if you know if that her no was a deal breaker for you, just let it go. Don't sit up there, because I know the male ego is fragile. But if she's saying no, at least listen to what she's saying, the reasons why she's saying no. And if that's something that you can digest and you can roll with, then find a way to, repair whatever it is, whatever the issue is, and whatever the reasons why she wasn't ready to marry you. But if you decide like, okay, man, she done told me no, I ain't never asking her again. She won't get me to ask her again.
Why?
Exit that relationship.
I know,
like it's over with for you. So just leave the relationship alone, because you're not going.
Jason said, we can't win for losing. You can win. Look, like I told him, okay, we'll take this month and we'll court. Like literally, we'll court. We'll talk. And if in this month, if it's not, we ain't feeling it or whatever, then it is what it is. No harm, lost, whatever. We good, whatever. We just gonna be friends and keep it moving, whatever. And we hadn't been intimate. We had not been intimate. It was been years since either one of us had been together. So with one another rather. So we took that time and we talked or whatever. And then we were able to be vulnerable with one another. So even if you do get a no in the beginning, have you been vulnerable with this person? Do you know enough about this person? And you should be able to appreciate her no, and then see, well, talk to me, and what do I need to do to get myself together so that I will get that yes, because I love you. I want you to be my wife, but it's something that you're not seeing in me to be your husband.
Right.
And so if that's the case, then talk, but y'all will get mad. She told you no. You done got mad and stuff, and now you done called her every B in the whole world, but she told you no for a reason.
Right. And it's like, maybe she's like, listen, we don't have the money right now to do this. It's whatever. Listen to whatever the reason is. Like, I mean, it's just not a no. Or if it's a no, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to be. Then
that's different. I don't want to be with you. But if it's a no, not right now.
Based upon
whatever
specific relationship issues within the relationship that you guys can work on, and then you can come back to the table, and if there will be a yes, then work on that. But it's like, if you're gonna have rocks in your jaws because she said no, and you know that, oh, I ain't never asking her again, then just do y'all both a favor and just pull, as E like to say, pull the Band-Aid off and just let the relationship go right then and there. Just let it go. Like, don't even pass go with it, because nobody has time to be playing these games. Like, you're holding on. Like, now you're holding a grudge against her because she said no. Like, for me, like, getting me, like, when I called it off, like, that was it's off. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm not marrying you. It's not, I don't want to get married right now at this time. Like, it was a final, like, just so that we are clear, there's no miscommunication in this message. That means that the wedding is off. I'm not marrying you, not today, not tomorrow, not nowhere ever. Will this ever be a union? Then you have to make stuff like that clear, like, just so that there's no thinking that we can get back together down the line. And, he had tried, like, years later, he would try, he had tried to communicate with me and just be like, you know what, we should go out and this and that. And I'm just like, no, there's no reason, there's no reason to go out, because you've already showed me things that I know that I could not deal with. I would never accept or tolerate in a relationship, let alone a marriage. So there's no purpose in us going out, to dinner or going out to reconnect and rekindle, there's nothing there to rekindle or reconnect with. So like it's just a flat out no for me. It was no for me years ago, and it's still a flat out no. Like, and I'm not the one to play with a person's emotions. I'm not gonna sit up there and that's just like when people be saying women are going out with these dudes for dates and meals and stuff. I'm not that pressed for a meal or a date. I'm just like, I'm quick to be like, no, thank you. I'm good. I appreciate the offer, but because I can't imagine sitting, we ain't been in each other's company since that old faithful day. I'm just like, ain't no listen.
I don't have those feelings that you have.
Right, so like I'm like he ain't even had a feeling. So I'm just like, so
play this game.
It ain't no, listen, it is what it is, and let it just roll like that. But if it's something that you can work on, like, man, sometimes the timing is just not right. Like if people break up because of timing issues, then that's one thing. But them deep-seated personality flaws and them crazy characteristics, that ish don't go away. If you had that 10 years ago, if you have not talked to somebody and let them help you work through what's going on up here, it's still there. Don't go trying to reconnect with those people because they still haven't processed whatever it is that they dealing with. Now they're going to always see you as the B or whatever it is that they called you when you told them no. So it's just like, you have to just let people like that go.
And that's another thing. Like we had talked about all of that stuff, and like I told my friends and my children or whatever, like this person, they never did anything negative to me. Like when you look back at your relationships and if there is someone to revisit, and I've had really great relationships and I've had some ones that I was like, why did I even get involved with this person? But when I look back at it all, and I've had, I want to say probably 3 really good relationships that they never raised their voice, never called me out of anything, I never felt threatened or scared or confused or what. They never played games, whatever. And he was one of the 3 or whatever. And it was like, okay, I know that I can trust this person. You have my best interest at heart. I know that because you've shown me that throughout the years and stuff. And we've always been great friends and stuff. So you have to look at that. And even if you get we're great friends, we get, you propose and I turn you down, we're great friends. Let me tell you why I turned you down. Let me explain to you. Now, I love you. I do want to be your wife. But these are some things that before I can even accept that ring, that you have to work on. And then when you work on those things, and if you decide that, you know what, I'm worth you working on these things, then you'll work on those things and then take care of what I want you to take care of. And then we can go ahead and I'll give you what you want. You want to change my last name? I'll let you change my last name. I will walk down that aisle with you. We can do this. But I want some things too.
And see, I'll say for me that I know now in hindsight, I know I should have never accepted that proposal. So I definitely accept my part in it because I should have never. I'm like, I shouldn't have never. I'm like, you know what? I was just about to be doing something. So don't just be saying yes, just to be saying yes, just to be doing something. Just listen, just don't do it. It's just not.
To say that I'm engaged. Okay.
Don't
engaged, you still ain't there yet, or you got somebody. It's not that deep.
It surely is not. It's just, trust me, costs a whole lot of money, whole lot of heartache. And guess what?
My outfit people I'm telling you, I was sewing my outfit. It was sharp. I was looking sharp. I said, oh, I got this pink paisley. It was a hot pink paisley and gold outfit I had made. Oh, it was cute. I said, I picked out his suit. Oh, we was going to do that. Then I got that dreadful call that day. I said, what? Ain't no food. Did y'all even have the dinner?
No, I think his people showed up, but I had already canceled it.
Came and ate.
No, I had canceled it. I had
been like, oh, I'm with their family.
Nope, I had canceled everything at the last minute. But I'm just like, In hindsight, like I said, it was just like I just made the best. I feel like it was just definitely the best decision for both of us. But guys, you just got to be careful because a lot of people get hurt in these situations. It's like not only you, it's not because it's like when you joining, getting married, your families are coming together. So it's like in hindsight, a lot of people were hurt. A lot of people were affected by our decisions. So it's just like, just be mindful. So if your no is your no, whatever your reasons and your reservations are, stick to your guns beforehand and, just avoid people, getting hurt and things of that nature. We got Helen. She's saying sometimes there are things that need to be fixed in the relationship and with the two individuals before marriage is considered. And that is so, so true because some of the things that people deal with, which leads us to our topic for the evening, being the rebound. Listen, you going in relationship to relationship and you're not giving yourself time to heal. It's so hard to sometimes for some of us to just be by ourselves and put ourselves in a relationship timeout. Sometimes we gotta just say, you know what? Listen, I just need to chill. I just need to regroup. I just need to get myself together, especially if you've been in a relationship and you love that person and then it ends and you wasn't ready for it to end and it hurts so bad and you can't sit still. Like you just don't want to be alone because if you're alone, you're going to keep thinking about that person. You're going to try to call them. You're going to do anything.
Don't do the drunken calls because I know I made them.
And before you know it, you just out here just trying, now if you were a person at first, you never responded to inboxes. But now, since you're trying to get this person out of your mind, now you're responding to any inbox, any action, any traction that you can get. You were never on the dating sites and things like that. Now you're up there on the dating sites, all just to keep
talking about me.
You was on a date. That's not talking about you. You say wasn't nobody sending you to the dating site. That was your career over there. You love doggone it, dumping them on their birthday. We ain't talking. This ain't about you. This is talking about the person that's trying to get over somebody. You pull a band-aid off. You be like what happened to Willie Earl? Who? I'm like,
that's his name, right? I ain't gonna get in trouble.
The fictitious character that I just Leroy Jones. But that's where all this rebound-ish comes from. So here, a rebound in a rebound relationship is a relationship in which one becomes involved shortly after the end of a previous relationship. So now, when you say shortly, like, what is shortly to you? Like, because I know we all have different definitions, and see, that's where that gray area-ish comes in at. Like, what's considered short? How long does it take to get over someone that you loved or that you were in a long-term relationship with, or you were married? Like, how long? Like, if you were with somebody 3-4 years, do you just get over them? See, I'm Facebook. I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm not gonna ask. How long does it take to get over someone? What is shortly? If you've been in a relationship a number of years, how long does it take for you to get over someone before you like, okay, I'm ready to be out there again. I can put myself out there again to meet someone, and I'm not running the risk of being in a rebound. I'm scared. How long, E? Not tomorrow, because I don't can see. I know how she does, so I just don't.
If I love him, I've been smelling weed all day. I ain't smoking weed. But if I love him, if I really, 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 really love him, oh, it'll take me about a good month or so.
A month? Oh my
And that
gosh.
depends on how it ended. If it was because okay, you cheated, because I've been in that. Like I cared about somebody. Like even that first little routine or whatever, it didn't take me no time. That was a week. That was easy to get rid of, and start dating and everything. I was dating and enjoying myself, so that was easy. But when the one that I had met after that situation, and him and I were together, and he had a secret that he had a baby on the way, and so he knew that if I had, when he was trying to come at me, if he had been honest with me and told me, then I wouldn't have, dated him. And I told him I wouldn't have dated him. You got a baby in the way. I want you to be with your child's mother. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm good over here. So he was like, that's why I kept it from you. So, but when I found out everything, when it hit the fan, by that time I was like, you broke my heart. Because he was there for me when just everything came tumbling down, like literally. And we had a great friendship. And to do all this, hold that secret the whole 9 months, I didn't know anything, but I was suspecting like.
So do you feel, was he your rebound? Was he a rebound?
He was a rebound for me, and when I ended it, him being a rebound for me, but I fell in love with that rebound. Mm-hmm. And when I ended it, I had to end it because he broke my heart. Like, you lied so cold about you having a baby on the way, and I knew you had a baby on the way. All you had to do was tell me. So you continued this lie for 6, 7, 8 months still. And so I was like, no problem. I just went shopping, bought the baby some stuff because I knew that it was your baby. And I was like, here you go. Go ahead and give it to your daughter. He was like, what? That's not my, shut up. You can tell. Sweetheart, it was your birthday. You called me up. You said, I wish you was my wife. What you call, I don't deserve you. You was drunk. You said, I love you. I said, okay, I think you're drunk. I love you too, because we were just friends. And then you went, your brother dropped you off at your baby mama house. I didn't find out about that until months later. But either way, that night on your birthday is when you conceived your daughter. So when you told me 2 months later, I think so-and-so might be pregnant. Oh, is it yours? No, I haven't been where. Well, okay, you saying that, well, we'll see. And you still hold this lie. The whole 9 months you hold this lie. So I can't go back with you like I used to, because I don't trust you now. You lied, and you lied for no reason. So I don't trust you. So no, that relationship he was the rebound, and it was hard for me to really get over that. And so we remained friends through years, like 9 years later, we're still friends. The nut called me yesterday, I think it was. And we're still friends, but would I get back with you and stuff? I don't trust you. I loved him. I don't trust you though. I know that you're a good dude. Awesome. I know you're an awesome dad. Yeah. And you're a liar. I can't do that. And you lie about the smallest of things. So I don't trust you.
See, that's shortly. For me, it depends on how long the relationship has been.
High five down at Helen.
And Helen says, I have been over a person before the relationship ended. And you know what? I can totally understand how that can happen. And I agree with that, because if you're with somebody and they're constantly playing games and all this and that, and you keep going back and forth, you just going through the motions until you just emotionally
drain.
You check out from the relationship. And once you start thinking like, you know what? Listen, I'm okay. If we stay together, either way it go, this relationship can go in any direction today, and I'm going to be okay. If we stay together and we fix our issues, I'm going to be okay. If you tell me today that this relationship is over, I'm going to be okay, because I've made peace. It's been too much bull junkie that has taken place that has put me to the point where, you know what? I'm good. I don't have any more. There's no more tears. There's no more teetering. There's no more emotional roller coasters. I'm good. You all, when people get to that point, just understand your days are numbered. The relationship is numbered. You're a mistake. You're a lie away from being by yourself. You're a lie away from just getting the freedom that you want. So my thing is keep pulling it and watch and see how that relationship ends. So what the person that has made peace with that relationship being over while still being in a relationship, I really don't think that there's a rebound because you've already made peace with the fact that this thing can go either way and I'm going to be okay. Now, I think that you should still, give yourself a little, relationship time out just to, just to completely get over it.
To agree. And you would say that all the time. You'd be like, yeah, you need some time. You need some time. And I would be, I done dumped this idiot. I'm on the site. I got a date tonight. I got these about 3 or 4 of these dudes trying to holler at me right. And she'd just be cracked like, yeah, I just can't do that. I wear my feelings on my
right,
sleeve.
And they do.
I don't see how he do it. And I got tired of being in the wet spot. I got tired of being left in the wet. When that hit and it just
wow,
hit like a ton of
you
bricks,
said something right there.
and I was like, I'm done. And then he was even the dude, the one that was my rebound and that broke my heart. I flipped him into my insurance piece. I used him, since we gonna play this game, I'm gonna use you for sex. And that's what I would do. I would use him between relationships for sex or whatever. And then we were together one night and it was just like I was in the wet spot, and then he left, but I was just like, no, I don't want to do this no more. I'm over it. And it took me this was 9 years almost, or 8 years, whatever. But I was over the madness. And you have to get tired of the madness. And then I want to go and sell it.
And look now, you're married. Thank you, Jay. You're welcome. I'll take mine in a payment of coffee. Mister, I deserve 2 cups of coffee. So so I know what I'm talking. You ain't never been married. I know because I turned around. But I know what I'm talking about.
But it was right.
But
you need that time. You do need that. You need that time to really look at you and really see, is what I'm doing, is this hindering or helping me? And if it's hindering me, where is it hindering me at also? Not just, it's causing me issues, but where and what? And then after you see all that stuff, are you happy with yourself? And I wasn't happy. I was like, no, I'm tired of this madness. Don't call my house. And then after that, he was still trying to come by. You can come by. You can sit right. You can lay right there. I'm good on you.
And see, it's like it being the rebound. It's just like, and even having a person, you're dealing with somebody that's they're the rebound. It's just like it becomes cloudy. You don't know what's real and what's not, because okay, so do I really have feelings for this person, or have I taken my feelings from the person that I just broke up with, and am I pouring all of that into this person, and now I'm here living a lie? Basically, I'm living in a fictitious relationship because I can't face the fact that this is over with the person that I truly love, because I don't want it to be, but I don't know how to process that. I can't process it because it hurts too much to process it. And listen, I understand relationships and breaking up. Listen, I can't tell you about being married, but I can tell you about having my feelings hurt. I promise you, I swear for Lord, I can tell you about being disappointed. I can tell you about, the relationship ended and then I wasn't ready. Exactly. I was not ready for this to be over with. So I can tell you about that. And being a rebound, I was a rebound. And I knew I was, and I was asking, I'm like, you know what? But I take full, and here's the thing about me. I'm going to take full responsibility for my ish. I was the reason that I was the rebound. He didn't come for me, but I was listening to all of this stuff. Oh, y'all look so cute together. Y'all. No, we were just friends, and that's all it should have just stayed, was friends. But I approached him, and so that's where our relationship ensued from. But I knew that he didn't see me like that. We were just friends, and it should have stayed that. But out of fear of rejecting me and losing me as a friend, he goes along with it. And now I messed up. I messed the friendship up because and then in hindsight, it's like I never even saw him like that. So I'm just like,
why'd you go into it in the first place?
Listening to everybody else because of how good he was, like a good dude. Like we were really just friends.
But see, that's the thing.
But people on the outside looking in, like the things that he would do, they would, make it, that's what a man does, and that's what. But he was just raised right. His people raised him right. So we had a good, pure, honest relationship. And, listening to outsiders, thank God that was so long ago. But that was I was the rebound because I knew everything. I knew that he had just got out of a relationship. I knew that. And here I was right after and just like, right. And I'm like, now I got him. Because everybody's saying how good he is. Now I got my claws in him. And then an unfortunate situation happened where I had to take my claws out of him, because if you've never watched somebody that you love grieve over somebody, like I had to watch him grieve over another woman because his ex had gotten killed. So I'm just like, wait, like, how do you now imagine that? Imagine a person that you're in a relationship with. Now you have to stop relationshiping with them.
So they can grieve over their ex.
Right, because you guys were really friends. Like, if you really a friend, then how do you keep going as in a relationship when you knew good and doggone well, you knew
that you should have never entered into the
right, and you knew that you knew how he felt about her.
Mm-hmm.
So fall back.
Because if you don't fall back, if you would have continued on with it, you would have been miserable.
And he would have too, because it's just like, so he's like, I'm like, I had to tell him, listen, I understand, before anything, we were friends.
Yeah.
So.
And you got a great friendship.
And that was it. That was the end. I'm just like, should have never, ever went that way. But that was the rebound situation. But again, I had nobody to blame but myself. So that's why I'm like, now when women like, oh, go after that man, I'm good, because I've done that before. I have no problem with women. If you find something you see, go after it, this and that. No. If he wants you, he gonna come and get you. If he, whatever capacity he wants you in his life, he's going to come and get you.
But sometimes he will put up blockers. Like him and I were talking months ago, this is I think last year, and I was just like, nah, you can, come this way, and you can just stay over there, and then we can just, we'll just be friends. And he was like, oh, okay. And in my mind, I really wanted to go back with him, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, you got to tell me that you want to be. I wanted him to say something. I was like, nope, I ain't saying nothing. And then earlier this year, I still was like, I ain't saying nothing. And then when we finally on the drive to go get my son, I was like, we talking. Like, you keep on putting all these blockers up, and then y'all are saying the same things to one another. Mm-hmm. Like, just bring it down.
So it's like when you're talking about the rebound, listen, just be careful. Shortly is any time frame where you have not given everybody grieves over relationships and processes breakups differently. But what you must do, you must give yourself time to have a relationship timeout. You got to take a period to just regroup. Be single for a little bit. Get back to knowing who you are and what you like. And once you fully, can think about you, and you're not thinking about places that y'all have been and things that y'all used to do, once start to matter to you, then then it may be safe for you to go and get back out there. But to just break up today and be back out there on a dating scene tomorrow, You are bound to be the rebound, and you are bound to catch a rebound. So be ever ye so mindful when it is regarding the matters of your heart. It's okay to be cool, be smooth, be by yourself for a little minute. Take some time. Get adjusted up here. Get this adjusted. Then listen, reset. Then go back out there and try it again. Guys, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Follow us on Twitter at Jaye Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the Jaye Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. And then don't forget to go head on over to YouTube, the Jaye Spot Radio. Jaye. Until next time, good night, you guys. Peace out. Peace out. Good night, everybody. Good night. I said good night. I said one for the money. Yep. Good night. 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 Hold on. I got you. Yes.